You know. Well, that was my granddaughter. So if you don't know me, and my name is Ken Perry. I'm Stephen's father, and I am that girl and various other children's papa. I once heard this many years ago, and I'm going to do it tonight. But they said anytime you get an opportunity to say something in front of a group, do three things: be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I promise to keep this extremely brief, and it would be impossible to not be brilliant because we're talking about my granddaughter tonight. And then I'll be gone. Really, I just want to share a couple stories. With all of our grandkids, we always try to protect them. And for those of y'all that are grandparents or even parents, you always want to be there for them. And when Harmony was very small, I used to always tell her, I said, Harmony, your papa is always going to be there for you. I would whisper that into her ear. Now I tell her other things. But I said, Papa is always going to be there for you. And one day, she was a couple years old, and we were in the kitchen, and she was coming up on the kitchen floor to stand up, and I went to grab her, and I missed her. And she fell, and she cut her chin on the kitchen floor. And she was bleeding, and it was terrible. But you know what was worse? She looked at me and said, Papa, I thought you were always going to be there. Oh, yeah. That still hurts me, 14, 13 years later, that I would always be there. A couple other things about Harmony. When she was born, she was a baby. She just felt so cuddly and warm, and I kind of gave her a personal nickname of Biscuit because she felt like a very warm, chunky little mushy Pillsbury dough baby. And so I called her Biscuit. I called her that for probably 10 years or so, and she finally said, Papa, you can't do that anymore. But Harmony will always be my biscuit. And by the way, if you email me, my email address is biscuit.papa@gmail.com. So if you want to do that. The other thing I want to say is that Harmony fills a room with when she walks into it, whether it be at a dance class or a family function or at a school. And Harmony, you absolutely killed your speech. Your papa could not be more proud of you. And the best and the last thing about Harmony is that when she's in a room, not only does she fill it with her spirit, but she's got this amazing laugh. And you can hear, somebody did it over here. But she's got that, and we could be in a room of 200, and she could be in the back, and I could hear her laugh, and Mima and I would always say, that's Harmony. That's my biscuit right there. Anyway, Harmony, Mima and I love you very much, and we couldn't be prouder, and so thank you for letting me be your papa.
You have no choice but to listen to me. So. I'm sorry. So, I'm Stephen. I'm Harmony's father, and Hope is here with me. Yes. So, I've prepared a hilarious speech tonight, but Harmony said I have to read this one instead, so I apologize about that. Opie. Harmony did a killer job on that. I'm super surprised because she is kind of shy, but she stepped up and nailed it, and that was amazing. I want to talk about Harmony a little bit, about her personality, about who she is as a person, how kind she is, how quirky she is, her laugh. When I hear her laugh sometimes, and if you know Harmony, you know her laugh. Downstairs or upstairs, it just brings joy to me, and how wonderful it's been being her dad and watching her grow up. And I can't believe that she's here on the cusp of 15, and we're here celebrating her life, so it's amazing. I also want to thank everybody for being here. Everybody here is part of our tribe, all friends and family and wonderful people that have come together to celebrate such a wonderful occasion and time. I know there was a lot of stress about party planning and different things. For me, not so much. I'm kind of just finding out what's going on today, and as far as schedule goes. So I want to thank everybody that played a part in that and was able to come together to put this together for Harmony. I did write a few things that I want to share with Harmony, just a few quick words that I think are important. So, Harmony, I want you to know that there are both triumphs and challenges ahead of you. Your path will be filled with promise, but it will also be filled with pressures that may be hard to imagine right now. Come what may, I want you to know that you are resilient enough to handle it. Even though you're older and more independent now, I anticipate that you will need your support system more than ever. I want you to know that I'm here for you and that I love you more than words can express. The next phase of your life will be about starting to let go and teaching you how to take over. I'd like to share a few words of wisdom to mark your 15 years of life in hopes that it will help direct your path. Number one is to be fearless. I heard a saying a long time ago that 9 out of 10 businesses fail. And then the guy proceeded to say, so start 10 businesses. And so that's not just in the spirit of being an entrepreneur, but that's in the spirit of everything you do. We will fail and we will overcome, right? Keep moving forward and be fearless. Cherish every moment. Enjoy the small things, right? The small moments, the everyday. Be careful not to get caught up in destination happiness, where you always think, if I get to here or do this, I'll be happy. Make sure that every day you wake up and choose to pursue that happiness and find the little joys. Learn from your mistakes and make lots of them. It's important. Own them and move on. It's all of us. Chase your passions, and this is the most important. Chase your passions. Be selfish about it. It's very important to find your inner peace and do the things that bring you joy at all cost. And then last, your dad loves you very much. So thank you guys. Thank you for having me up here. Tonight's about Harmony. Everybody have a blast and hope.
What to do. Harmony saved me. So I'm Welly. Welly is my mother in Chile because we lived in Chile many years. And when Sarah got pregnant, people were teasing me about being a grandmother at a very young age, like 30 years old. Thank you. So Harmony, I'm so happy to be here. I never thought I would be here in these circumstances. I enjoyed every single interaction with you, from building stuff and going from princess to engineer. I also enjoy playing airplanes because for a long time, Harmony thought I lived in an airplane. Every time I came to Houston, they went to pick me up at an airplane. For all the young women here, I just want to say the world is much better now than it was 30 or 40 or 50 years ago. And the one thing the world needs from you is to be authentic. So don't let anybody take that away from you. I love you, Harmony. Thanks for having me here. Thanks, Sarah.